Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to tonight's live stream broadcast of Greater St. Helens League and EVCO non-league 2A boys basketball action between the visiting Tumwater Thunderbirds and the Mark Morris Monarchs. Good to have you with us. Nick Sisson here, as always, on behalf of N2 Media. Going through the starting lineups here.
Playing on the post, the senior, number 22, Henry Wilson. And at a guard, a senior, number 23, Clay Morgan. Coaching staff includes Jamar Tucker, Blake Hatlin, Tanner Brewer, CJ Gethers, Mike Ankers, and the head coach we've always got to say hello to. The young man who played the most games ever in a Mark Morris High School uniform. He was a league MVP, a four-time state player, very highly decorated, and just a heck of a great guy. Welcome back, Josh Wilson.
Always nice to see Coach Josh Wilson back with his Tumwater Thunderbirds here at the Natty, known as Ted Nat Court, as it's just about time to introduce the Monarchs.
That means we're ready to play some hoops here at Ted Nat Court. Let's make your Mark Morris High School Monarchs. Starting at a guard, a senior, number 10, Malachi Gray. Starting at a guard, also a senior, number 11, Brandon Olson. Playing on a wing, he's a junior, number 20, Dalton Stevens. Also on the wing and a junior, number 23, Carson Bachner. Man in the middle, a senior, number 31, Dawson Morrow. Coaching staff, Hayden Tilton, Ken Kelly, Steve Lokey, and the head coach of the Monarchs is Bill Backamus. Fans, at this time, would you please rise? Gentlemen, remove your caps as we honor America with playing our national anthem.
All right, everybody. Introductions have been made. National anthem has been played. We are just about set for tip-off between Mark Morris and Tumwater here at Mark Morris High School.
This guy made a couple threes while he played here. An outstanding player at Mark Morris High School, an outstanding student. Now at Linfield University, getting back from an injury. He'll be in for his 5th year, his senior year. Reese Gibb, welcome to Ted Nat Court. Why don't you get us started? And with that, the Kings Court is now in session. Hey, Reese, you get healed up and get back on the court for the Wildcats.
Should be a good one here tonight, folks. Tumwater 4-1 overall on the season, and Mark Morris 3-4. A lot of tough competition for Mark Morris this season so far. Both teams have played and lost to the Kelso Highlanders. Mark Morris was a victim over at Kelso, and then Kelso took the party up to Tumwater and had their way with Tumwater in that one, as the tip is controlled by Mark Morris. But most expect that these two teams will be playing tonight for the first time of probably a couple matchups this year, as we got a wide open three by Gray that's short, and it's out of bounds. Quite a different squad here for Josh Wilson's T-Birds compared to the last couple of seasons. All 5 guys in the starting lineup, new faces this year after back-to-back 4th place finishes. Great inbounds, and Braden Olson finishes on a nice inbound play, 2-0 Mark Morris. But you won't hear excuses from Tumwater, and very proud tradition in terms of football, basketball, pretty much any athletics, state appearances in baseball as well, as we got a ball loose on the floor, dug out by Mark Morris coming the other way. Bounce pass near side, contact, and a charge is going to be called. Dalton Stevens trying to get to the rack, and it's Jake Dillon who's in position to take the charge. Fans, be sure to share the live stream link with friends and family. You can go back and rewatch the game at any time if you miss it live. Going to take a little bit of time to get to know the new T-Birds as Anthony works with it, loses a handle but recovers, drives baseline, and a pass here near corner. 3 on the way by Dillon, and it rolls home. So the T-Birds jump out to a 3-2 lead after the made basket. Bounce pass entry. Olson flashes near side. Shot just a little bit long. Tumwater rebound. 2-on-1 up ahead. Anthony tucks. And an offensive foul goes back the other way. Malachi Gray in position for Mark Morris. So the officials are going to give the benefit of the doubt on the fast break to the defender thus far. Gray moves it far side, rotation into the corner. Stevens now on the far block, working one-on-one on Dillon. Drop step baseline, hook shot rolls off, tapped up by Bogner, and then an offensive rebound, second chance bucket for Stevens. That play helped made, though, by Carson Bogner. Bogner with good length, 6'1". Crafty, slashing forward. And Anthony might have had a catch and shoot. This was dribbled off of someone's foot. Diving by Gray, and a whistle. And out of bounds is Malachi. I thought they might get traveling, but either way, it don't matter. Tumwater basketball. They got Bogner listed as 6'2" this season. No doubt that Mark Morris fans alike would love to see another growth spurt. He had a big sophomore season last year, starting in place of the injured Deacon Dietz for the better half of the first half of the season, as we're going to get a moving screen violation called against Tumwater. They've got Clay Morgan. Four to 3. Morrow steps out, high circle, bounce pass, goes back to Morrow, goes back down low. Double team comes over just a little bit late. Stevens able to muscle it up and off the glass. Give Morrow the dime. 6-3 Monarchs. Backdoor cut, Anthony. Read beautifully by Morrow, and another dive to the floor by the big man, and it's going to stay here with Tumwater. Again, fans, feel free to type into the live stream comment section. Thoughts, prayers, hopes, dreams, favorite color, where you're watching from, who you're rooting for. Ball tapped away, stolen. Bogner, there's that length I was talking about. Goes into contact and lays it in front of Morgan. 8-3. So far, the Monarchs are doing it with defense. Anthony, volleyball line extended, dribbles between the legs, being guarded by Gray, checks over to the bench for the play call. Out of the corner, Morgan, top of the circle, puts it on the deck, aggressive take, and he's going to be rewarded for it. Head to the free throw line for 2 free throws.
And then foul. Carson Bogner first, second team foul.
So Clay Morgan, 6'4" senior. First freebie is good. And we got a substitution here. Henry Wilson will check out for Tumwater. Beckett Wall, 6'3" forward, checking in. He's a junior. And we got a foul up the far sideline. Side out Monarchs, another sub coming in. Reese Howell will check in for Anthony, the third. Gray to inbound for Mark Morris. Finds Olsen open, and Olsen misses the three. He had that patented step back, walk the other way, but he sneaks in there, steals it away, and dimes it over to Dalton Stevens. Olsen not giving up after the missed three. 10-5, Monarchs doubling up the T-Birds here early in the first. Stevens already with 6. 3 up and on the way, off no good. Olsen goes up high, down low, and gets the rebound. Gray fakes a pass down low, goes far side. Entry far block, Morrow kicks it top of the circle. Gray, jump stop, puts it on the deck. Rises up from just beyond the foul line, hits the deck, no call. Ball going out of bounds, and it's going to be Tumwater basketball. Camden with a good comment there. Yeah, not every day the opposing coach has a banner on the wall right next to him. Absolutely. All-state player Josh Wilson. Apparently he's played more games than any other Monarch in the history of Mark Morris basketball. 3 up and on the way, near wing, off back iron for Nolan Campbell. Rebound Gray. Now to the corner. Stevens dials it up, feeling hot, misses that one. Campbell with the rebound, pushing the pace. 2-on-1 if they hurry. Nice bounce pass, leave near side. Reese Howell with the finish. Morrow moves it near corner, bounce pass on the baseline. Olsen steps back in front of Howell, stumbles after the shot, no good. And a rebound, Morgan. Morgan getting out in front, 3-on-3, but we got a whistle. Traveling is called from the far sideline official. Howell couldn't slow himself down, and it looks like we're going to get the first timeout of the ball game. Josh Wilson wants to take a 30 and talk with his T-Birds. 10-7, a good response for Tumwater after having a couple of issues keeping possession of the basketball. Only trail it by 3 with 2:56 to go in the first quarter. Fans, we got a busy week. Tomorrow we're going to be making a stop over at R.A. Long for girls basketball action. It's going to be Columbia River, the defending league champs, coming to town to take on the R.A. Long Lumberjills. Thursday and Friday we'll be over at Kelso for boys basketball non-league action. Thursday at 6 o'clock, Emerald Ridge Jaguars taking on the Kelso Highlanders. And then at 4:45 Friday, Rogers of Puyallup. The Rams come to town to take on Kelso. Should be a good couple of matchups there for the Highlanders, who are still undefeated, looking to test themselves against a couple of 4A South Puget Sound League opponents. So we come back on Thursday, Friday, and tomorrow, of course, as well. Back to action after the 30. Drew Ibarreta in the ball game with the ball for Mark Morris. Moves it far side. Bogner now top of the key. Olsen, very difficult shot, but he's fouled and will head to the line. So Braden Olsen at the free throw line for the first time tonight. And the first one rolls off. And the second one good. Olsen splits a pair. Morgan takes a difficult 3. It's left short, but an offensive rebound. One dribble shot back up and in. Bryce Morgan with the bucket. Traveling called on Stevens, trying to hop to the high post. So the Monarchs turn it over 11-9. T-Birds can tie or take the lead with a bucket here. Nice bounce pass feed down low. Straight up on defense is Nash Bjorgi. Bjorgi looking around, trying to see if there's anybody that can explain what he did wrong. The official will just send Beckett Wall to the free throw line for 2. And the first one's short. 1:57 to go here in the first. Wall's second free throw looks long, and it is, and he left early. So it's going to be a lane violation on Wall. Monarchs still with a 2-point advantage. Bogner out of the corner, bounce pass baseline. Olsen throws up a wild shot, and it's out of bounds. It's going to go to Tumwater. Malachi Gray set to check in. And Olsen will take a breather. Olsen with 3 so far in the game. Needed 99 against Fort Vancouver the other night to break Kobe Parlin's career scoring mark. Hop step into the lane, maybe an extra step, ball out of bounds. Tumwater will keep it. But Olsen ended up with 29 in the ball game. So needed 70 coming into tonight. Bounce pass, entry, kick, far side. Shot no good. Offensive rebound, though, by Howell. Howell takes a dribble, finds a shot, no good. Nash Bjorgi with the rebound. I don't know where Jake Moe is at. I bet you Jake's probably watching the R.A. Long Columbia River game, to be honest. Bounce pass entry, and they're going to get a late whistle here. Looked like a pretty clean defensive play on the backside by Morgan, but Bjorgi, they're going to say, was fouled. And this is going to give free throws to Bjorgi.
Nash Bjorgi at the line for Mark Morris will shoot
2. And the first free throw hangs on and drops for Bjorgi, his first point. 6'3" senior. And hits the second. A couple subs coming back in. Stevens and Jenkins. Little confusion there on which Monarchs were going to sit down. 3 of them went to the bench, but only 2 were needed. Morrow stays out. Press break. Shot up by number 2, Bryce Morgan, is good. Screen set up top. Stevens, double team, finds Gray. Gray, high arcing 3, and contact late sends Gray to the ground, and he'll head to the line for 3.
T-Bird foul. Reese Hollis second. After the shot, so 2 free throws.
So they're going to say after the shot completely, 2 free throws for Gray. And the Gray man connects on the first. His first point of the game. Nolan Campbell back in for Tumwater. Reese Howell will sit down. Gray hits the second as well. High screen set. Movement here near corner. Looking for an entry pass. Instead, top of the key. 12 on the clock. Dillon Traveled, no call, throws it up and in.
Jake Dillon.
15-13, Tumwater's done a great job of surviving the first quarter, of not allowing Monarchs to race out in front like it looked like they were going to in the first couple of minutes of the game. Good defense here. Up and under, shot forced at the buzzer, missed by Stevens, and that's going to do it. We'll keep it right here with the Tumwater side. 15-13 the score after one. Jake Dillon with 5 points leading the way for Tumwater. Hit their first basket in the first quarter and hit their final basket in the first quarter. Dalton Stevens leading the way with 6 for Mark Morris.
Reminders, raffle tickets will be on sale for a few more moments. The 50-50 split the pot out in the hallway. 1 ticket for $1, 6 for $5. Supporting the Mark Morris.
All in all, pretty good first quarter of action here at the Natty.
We'll draw the winner at halftime.
Always a fan when Camden comes around for the live streams and then goes into the comment section. Camden, definitely an awesome fan. Knowledgeable too. Back to action here. Tumwater starts with the basketball. Morgan, bounce pass, backdoor Anthony, can't handle it. Turnover Tumwater. Anthony's had a couple of opportunities to catch the ball and go to work and hasn't been able to figure out that catch part of it quite yet, but good to see him get going. Morrow finds Olsen, and then we got a foul. Olsen's shot would have counted as it was away from the ball and shot was on the way. Foul's called on Bryce Morgan going through Malachi Gray on a screen. Gray inbounds it, corner. Olsen gets it out, now Stevens. Gray looking to set it up. Crosses over, gets a screen from Morrow. Crosses over again, cut off baseline, good double team help, backside by Wilson. Gray fires a 3, and it's good, the Gray man from downtown. Anthony will bring it across. Jab right, head fake. Morgan pulls the trigger from 3. And it's short, looked like it went in, but no, it didn't. Nice. What a bounce pass up ahead. One hop into Stevens' lap and off the glass. Give the dime to Olsen. A quick 5-0 run for Mark Morris to start the quarter, 20-13. Morgan, awkward move, loses the ball, and it's out of bounds, turnover. Jake Dillon back into the ball game quickly. Gray enters it to Morrow. Morrow, patient, kicks near wing 3, up and on the way, and down for Stevens. Hot shooting here in the second for Mark Morris. 11 for Stevens. And we got a whistle. Looked like Mark Morris was about ready to be off to the races again on a steal.
Monarchs foul. Dawson Morrow is first team foul.
Tough shot, contact, and a foul is going to be called. Dillon throws it up and get to the free throw line.
Second team foul.
So Jake Dillon with 5 points in the ball game will head to the charity stripe. Carson Bogner will check in at the next dead ball. And Dillon gets the first, 6 in the game now. Beckett Wall checking in at the dead ball here for Tumwater. Second free throw is good for Dillon, now 7. Stevens fouled. Dillon calling for an offensive foul, not going to get it. Looks like Josh Wilson doesn't agree with that no call there. Well, the call went against Tumwater. A lot of contact between both players. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. Jenkins finds Olsen. Olsen a few feet behind the line, misses the 3. Anthony with it, 2-on-2. Good recovery by the Monarchs defense. Anthony puts it on the deck, kicks far side. 3 up and down for Dillon. Jake Dillon doing some heavy lifting here, and we've got a call, and Dillon in position gets the call this time. Charge taken. So Dillon with 10 and gets possession back for the T-Birds, 23-18. Corner 3, Dillon misses this one. Offensive rebound, Wall goes up and scores with the left hand. It's a 3-point game. Tumwater not going away yet. Crossover between the legs. Olsen hangs in the air. Contact from Wilson, and he'll head to the line. So Olsen will head to the free throw line. First free throw good for Olsen.
Substitution, Mark Morris back in, number 30, Nash, Bjorgi.
Olsen with 4. And misses on the second. Wilson's there for the rebound. Anthony pulls up and hits from the elbow on the run. Difficult shot. Ball nearly lost there by Stevens. Olsen drives into the paint, finds Stevens in the corner. 3, no. Anthony the third with the rebound. Anthony fires up a triple and hits. Oh, no. Sahara Anthony III has given Tumwater a 1-point lead. What an answer by the T-Birds. Bounce pass far side. Kick near side. Bjorgi gets rid of it. Bogner dials up the triple, and it's short. Battle for the loose ball, and it's won by Tumwater. Outlet up ahead. Sidestep, Euro Dillon misses, and the ball out of bounds. It's going to stay with Tumwater. But the T-Birds have turned it up here in the second quarter after falling behind by 7 at 20-13.
In for Mark Morris, the 31,
Dawson Morrow checking back in. Three by Dillon. Yes! Jake Dillon gives Tumwater their largest lead of the game, 28-24. Olsen fouled. A little too much contact there by Anthony. How about the start for Jake Dillon here today? 13 points for the junior guard. Gray, hop step, throws up a very difficult shot and a held ball between Morrow and Wilson. Possession with the Monarchs. And we got a whistle inside. A legal screen is going to be called against the Monarchs. Morrow called for the personal. 28-24, Tumwater with the lead and the ball on the road. Good response here from Josh Wilson's team. Again, 5 new starters as Malachi Gray comes up with a big steal, 3-on-2. Gray bounce pass far side, shot blocked, but foul is called. It. Bjorgi got hit upside the melon. So big opportunity here for Bjorgi to cut into the lead. And the first free throw short. And Mac West checking in for Mark Morris. And Bjorgi splits a pair. Tumwater leads it by 3, and now we got a ball loose, and let's see a whistle. And it's going to go against Tumwater's Nolan Campbell after losing the ball. That's going to be the 5th team foul as well. So a chance to get back into it again at the free throw line. It's not like Mark Morris is really out of it, but first free throw is good for Malachi Gray. 6 in the ball game for the Gray man. Second free throw good. And a trap in the corner on Dillon, but Dillon able to get it back to Wall. Wall up near side Wilson. Tumwater able to break the pressure. And Dillon loses a handle. Looks like he just went out of bounds off of him, but Tumwater will retain possession. And it looks like the ball's slippery. Referee wants a towel to wipe it off. 2:39 to go. Both teams will be in the bonus for the remainder of the quarter. And that one was tipped by Olsen, but gathered by Wall, and Wall gathers himself beautifully on the hop step into the paint, extends the lead out to 3 for Tumwater. It's Wall's second basket. Little motion offense. Bjorgi gets rid of it near side wing. Now Olsen dribbles behind the back, hop step, underhand pass to West. West patient, all ball. Far side Bjorgi, blocked by Wilson. Tumwater, 2-on-1. Dillon up and off the window. 5-point lead for Tumwater, 32-27. At the high post, West gets rid of it. Now Olsen. Olsen kicks to Gray. Gray closed out on beautifully. Great defense here on the three-point shooting. Gray says, so I don't care how tight you play me. I can hit tough ones too. In the paint, Wall blocked by Bjorgi, and a foul called though. So Beckett Wall will head to the free throw line. And the first free throw off back iron. Jaden Jenkins checking in and Clay Morgan checking in as well. Second free throw is good from Wall. 3-point game. Minute 19 to go here in the opening half. Olsen double clutches, looking for a foul, doesn't get the call. Tumwater with it. Morgan, drop step spin, loses a handle, stolen away. Bjorgi comes up with it. Now Gray pushes it across. Crossover at the elbow, gets around the defender, throws up a wild left-handed shot, no good, and they're going to get an infraction. They're going to say that Morgan came out of bounds and did not reestablish before being the first to touch after the pass. So unfortunate break there after some good defense again by Tumwater. 49.9 left in the first half. Gray to inbound. Finds Jenkins momentarily, but defense collapse on Jenkins. Recovered. No-look pass. What a dime from Olsen. Jenkins still comfortable on the near block. Dillon walks into a 3 early in the shot clock, and the ball is saved by Olsen through his legs. The 5-hole trickery. Mark Morris can take the lead. Olsen, great defense there. 2-on-1 up ahead. And then contact and a charge is called. Gray is in position. That's been the call so far today. It's been consistent at least. Great defense on the last possession by Reese Howell. Howell is just all over Olsen. Substitution here, Nolan Campbell. That was the third personal on Howell, by the way, so that could be crucial going forward. His defense has been splendid here in the first half for Tumwater. 33-32 T-Birds. Tight ball game here. Clock under 10. Olsen with it. Dribbles back behind the volleyball line. This is going up. And that was some contact, no call. And a three-quarter court heave. Good if it goes off the glass. That's going to do it for the first half. 33-32 Tumwater. Trailed by as many as 7 in the second quarter, but doesn't care. 33-32, the T-Birds will take a 1-point lead into the locker room. And we've got the Mark Morris cheer staff on the court. So we'll have the Mark Morris cheerleaders at the half for your entertainment. Don't go anywhere, fans. We'll have a recap of the numbers in just a little bit. There are the Mark Morris cheerleaders at the half here at the Natty. It's been a good one, folks. 33-32. The new look Tumwater Thunderbirds 4-1 on the season and doing it different than they did last season, but timely scoring still a factor and tremendous pressure defense on the shooters there at times. Really bothered Braden Olson, the team's leading scorer this year for Mark Morris. Only 4 points for Olson in the first half. Let's go to Tumwater real quick. Jake Dillon, 15 points. Leads all scorers in the game. This guy can play. Sahara Anthony III with 5. Beckett Wall with 5. Bryce Morgan with 4. And then Reese Howell and Clay Morgan 2 apiece. But Howell has done a tremendous job defensively so far tonight on the guards of Mark Morris. And for the Monarchs, Dalton Stevens with 11, Malachi Gray with 10, and then Olson with 4, Nash Bjorgi with 3, Carson Bogner and Jaden Jenkins each with 2. 33 points for Tumwater, 32 for Mark Morris at the half. It was 15-13 after 1. Tumwater outscoring the Monarchs by 3 in the period. They put up 20 points offensively. So fans, we are at the break. Really hoping Santa shows up for Nick this year. Yeah, I don't know what's on Nick's wish list. What can Santa bring Nick? He's already bringing me a bundle of joy for after the new year. Although recent news suggests that the number 2 addition to the family could make an appearance basically anytime. So on call, on watch. The best way to not be on call is to just bring her with you and have her with you at all times, because then it's real easy. I don't have to rely on my ringtone saving my life. Santa brought Nick an early present already. 8-3 season with 1 tie and first third grade basketball season of all time. It's been a fun time, gotta be honest with you. Nothing better than coaching youth basketball. Probably coaching youth baseball in the same sentence, same breath. Just over 4 minutes until the start of the second half. I'm gonna take a quick audio timeout, drink some Gatorade. We'll be back in just a little bit. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Just under 2 minutes until the start of the third quarter of action. Mark Morris out of the locker room and looking to get back on track. Started out really well and moved the ball very well. Once the ball movement kind of went a little bit stale, Tumwater was able to lock down on defense and get out in transition on some good long rebounds. And a lot of 2-on-1, 2-on-2s, 3-on-2s, leading some easy buckets. But let's not overstate the effort that Jake Dillon has put together so far here in the first half. Got the T-Birds going early and often. 15 points in the first half. Hashtag Coach of the Year. Woo! Will I be broadcasting from the delivery room? Ooh, man. Yeah, you know what? I think that would be, I don't know, maybe a fireable offense with the misses. Would I like to do it? Yes. We'll see if the hospital has Wi-Fi, but I think we'll keep it to a PG-13 broadcast. That or it's going to be full-on pay-per-view. I don't know who's going to buy that. Who knows? People just bought that Covington and Edwards fight on Saturday. Bless your hearts. Under 30 seconds to go. Ari Long in action tonight on the road in league play against Columbia River. Would love a Jake Moe appearance right now to give me a score update. And it's going to be Monarch basketball to start the third quarter. Olsen, Gray, Morrow, Stevens, and Bogner. Look for him to get going. They're going to need another option out here tonight. Olsen with only 4. Make it possibly 7. Splash! Just like that. Monarchs take a 2-point lead. Wilson with it, back to the basket, working on Morrow, trying to clear some space, and now it's thrown out of bounds. And we want help, and it looks like the near sideline official says Tumwater basketball. Morgan fighting through traffic on the near sideline and trying to receive the pass, does. Fires one back to the corner, and it's lost and out of bounds. Dillon can't handle it. 35-33. And we're going to get a timeout. We're going to keep it right here with the T-Birds. Heather Funkhauser says, let's go Big Blue, in the Facebook live stream comment section. Coach Kyle Fowler earlier said that he was watching the matchup. Always good to have Coach Fowler in the live stream comment section. Mark Morris basketball. Feed down low. Stevens has Wilson shading over on a double team, and then the double team comes. Stevens fights through it, and traveling is called from the near sideline official. A lot of contact down low there. Dillon brings it across, being guarded by Stevens. Now an entry far block over the back. Bogner is going to be called for the foul, 23 on 23.
That's his second foul, first team foul.
Jake Moe's got the comment there. 38-30. Olsen reads the passing lane, comes up with a steal. The River on top of Ari Long, 38-30. What in the world was that? No call. Olsen somehow got it over everybody and missed the shot. Stevens is there for the recovery and the bucket. Mark Morris starting out on a 5-0 run here in the third quarter. Three taken by Campbell, and it rolls off. Wilson gathers the rebound, and it's going to be a foul on the ground. It's going to go against Malachi Gray.
Monarch foul, Malachi Gray. That's his first foul.
First personal on Malachi. And then Olsen takes the ball away beautifully from Campbell. Braden with some good defense already here in the third quarter. Gray on the logo. Moves it far wing. Bogner skips near wing. Off a couple of dribbles. Olsen hits from the baseline. 9 now for Olsen. And a collision in the backcourt. Player goes down. That's Morgan. Campbell travels. Turnover, Tumwater.
Substitution, T-Birds, number 2, Bryce Morgan.
Bryce Morgan checking back into the ball game for Tumwater. Kelsey Shop says, go Mark Morris in the live stream comment section. Tumwater fans, it's okay. You can type in you're rooting for the T-Birds. Totally allowed. Encouraged. Camden would love to see some verbal jabs in the form of typing. Go back and forth here. 3, hop step, Gray, no good. Wilson's there to clear the rebound for Tumwater. And another turnover outlet up ahead. Bogner settles under it. And double pump in front of Dillon. Lays it in far side. All the way blocked by Stevens on the trail. Bogner comes up with the loose ball. Backdoor cut. Olsen, reverse layup near side off the glass. And we got a timeout. We'll keep it here with Mark Morris. Olsen in double figures now with 11. What a start here in the third quarter for Mark Morris. They have started on an 11-0 run. Tumwater yet to score here in the third quarter. Jalen Anderson says, go Monarchs in the live stream comment section. There we go, we're picking it up. Still way too friendly for Camden. And again, fans, please be sure to share the live stream with friends and family. And if you haven't done so already, this is where you can find us on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter, the artist formerly known as Twitter. Be sure to follow, subscribe, like anything and everything, all of the above. It helps me tremendously, a goal of trying to get to 1,000 YouTube subscribers. So please help me make that happen. I could care less if you ever watch another game, but we will more than likely be having district championship basketball once again this season between boys and girls in District 4, as we have the last couple of seasons. I'm pretty sure that we've already done 3 district championship games. This would be our 4th. Anthony fires up a 3, far corner, no good. Dalton Stevens with the rebound. Olsen pushing near sideline. Shoulders into contact, offensive foul Olsen. They're going to say he pushes off.
Offensive foul on the Monarchs, Braden Olsen.
43-33, Mark Morris on top. Bounce pass entry, elbow far side. Wall uses the window. So there's something to get Tumwater going here in the third. Whistle, and another offensive foul.
Offensive foul. The Monarchs,
Nash Bjorgi called for it. Wall with 7 for Tumwater after the last made basket. 43-35, back-to-back offensive fouls against Mark Morris. Leaving the door open here for Tumwater. Shot no good short. Olsen rebounds. Olsen loses the ball. Stolen away. Morgan, long stride from the foul line. Lays it in with the finger roll. No glass needed. It's Bryce Morgan now with 6. Pass down low. Stevens near block. Count the bucket in one. 15 now for Dalton Stevens.
Tumwater foul Jake Dillon is second. 31 Dawson Morrow for the Monarchs. Stevens.
Foul is called against Jake Dillon, his second personal. Stevens has the free throw roll off. And a ball out of bounds, last touched by Gray. Tumwater retains possession. 3:01 to go, third quarter. Substitution, Jaden Jenkins is going to check in for Stevens. And the floor is slippery. Official's going to get a towel. And we're ready to go. Dillon receives the inbound for Tumwater. 15 for him, looking to get something going. Entry pass, far block, kick out. 3 by Anthony, no good. Rebound, Jenkins, fresh off the bench with a big board. Gray fakes right, goes left, settles in for an open 3, cans it. It's a big basket there for Mark Morris. And there's a low pass, goes off the leg of Anthony, but Anthony recovers and gets the roll. 7 for Sahara Anthony the third. Morrow faces up, hook shot, no good long. Rebound Morgan. Morgan outlet near side, Dillon with it. Dillon settles in for a 3, looks right, and it is. Right in the lap of Wall, rejected though by Jenkins. Great athleticism by him to get up and block the shot. Three on the way by Olsen, no good. Morgan's there for the rebound. Near side outlet pass, and then it's thrown back towards the far corner, saved by Anthony. T-Birds getting a little bit aggressive there. Nice pass from the baseline. Olsen with the left hand dimes it to Morrow on the near block. Nice hesitation, and a block is called underneath the basket. Jenkins thought that he was there to take the charge. They've been calling the charge all night long, and I mean, that was probably the most likely of charges taken out of all of them called, to be honest with you. But block is going to be called on Jenkins. Drew Ibarreta checking in for Malachi Gray. And also into the ball game, Reese Howell off the bench. Played some good defense there in the first half off the bench. And then we got Bryce Morgan at the free throw line. 6 points in the ball game, looking for more. And the first one, no good. And it looks like we're not going to get the sub quite yet. Free throw is good by Morgan, now 7.
Mars back in, number 30, Nash Bjorgi.
Nash Bjorgi checking in for Dawson Morrow. Bjorgi hands off to Olsen. Olsen passes out, and it's a foul on the floor.
T-Bird foul, Henry Wilson, second.
Foul's going to go on Henry Wilson.
Second team foul.
It's his second personal, and it's the second team foul. Iveretta inbounding it, goes to the corner. Jenkins grabs it. Olsen being guarded by Howell, switches pivot feet, travels, no call. 16 on the shot clock. Tight defense here on the perimeter for Tumwater on this possession. And Olsen loses it behind his back. Howell dives to the floor. Double team comes. Olsen throws it up anyway, and it rolls out. Ball loose. Bodies on the floor. No call. Bogner comes away with it. Misses the shot. Tapped around. Anthony controls. And now it's on the floor again. And now we've got a scrum. 2 players on the floor and some extracurricular there. Whistles have to go loud, loud, loud. But a lot of contact there for no call. And no jump ball is called. It's going to be a foul. It's going to go against Howell. Oh, no, that's his 4th personal. Yeesh. That's about the worst thing that you could hope for if you're Tumwater, is have a guy off the bench with 4 personals who's playing pretty good defense on the perimeter against a team that can really shoot the basketball. So timeout here with 8.1 to go. It's going to be Mark Morris possession after the timeout. Again, fans, tomorrow night we're going to be live from the Lumber Dome at R.A. Long High School. Columbia River Rapids coming down I-5 to take, I guess technically going up I-5 to take on the R.A. Long Lumberjills. That's going to be at 7 o'clock. Back to action with 8.1 to go. Stevens inbounds it to Olsen. Olsen tries dribbling between his legs, loses a handle. Iberetta needs to get it up. It would not count if it went, and that is going to do it for the third quarter. 50-40. Overall, a fantastic quarter for Mark Morris, only holding Tumwater to 7 points in the period. They outscored the T-Birds. Let's see, my math is not good. By 11. $50-40 is the score, and we've got Dalton Stevens with 15, Malachi Gray with 13, and Braden Olsen with 11. So 3 players in double figures for the Monarchs. And, you know, one of the bigger victories in that quarter was holding Tumwater's Jake Dillon without any points in the period. Tumwater starts the fourth with the basketball. Dillon tucks the ball, tries a pass, it's deflected out of bounds. It'll stay here. More moisture on the floor. Good work by the towel boy / referee. Entry goes to Anthony the third. Now Morgan moves it to Dylan. Dylan gets an open three off the dribble, no good. Anthony gets the rebound, a little elbow jumper, no good right. Rebound Gray. Bounce pass far side, Olsen. Off the baseline, moves it out. Rotation back near wing, Morrow with it. They go back far side, Olsen for three in rotation, it's no good. Tricky hop off the backboard, Bogner gets it. Olsen runs in, and it's out of bounds off of Mark Morris. And Tumwater's calling, or excuse me, Mark Morris is calling for a tip on Tumwater there and not going to get the call. .7:05 left in the ballgame. Bryce Morgan moves it. Now Anthony far side gets it Dylan. Dylan off the dribble. Double team comes over Morrow. Great block by Stevens. It's still in momentarily, but Morrow unable to tightrope the baseline. Tumwater will have it. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Open momentarily. Probably should have shot it. Was Morgan. Morgan gets it to Wilson. Wilson with 3 on the shot clock dumps it out. Anthony has it poked away from behind, and that's going to be a shot clock violation. No! They're going to allow it to play through. Ooh, wow. Possession hadn't changed there. Olsen cherry picks the deuce, 52-40. The referee's letting them play through on that one. Now the ball was loose, but I don't think possession was established. Shot up, no good. Long rebound out to Dylan. And we got a whistle. Wilson extended out to the three-point line.
First team foul. Back in for the T-Birds, number 23, Clay Morgan.
Olsen with 13 after the bucket. Bounce pass, poked away by Bogner, and it goes out of bounds far side. It's going to stay with Tumwater. 52-40. Mark Morris on top, looking comfortable. Morgan for 3, that's Clay. No good, great box out by Morrow. Stevens from behind the line hits.
Dalton Stevens.
18 for Dalton Stevens, leading all scorers in the game. Anthony off the dribble right, cut off by Morrow. Skips it back to the top. Morgan bounce pass to Wilson, gets it right back. Shot up, no good, foul called. It looks like 3 free throws for Clay Morgan.
Monarchs foul Dalton Stevens. Second team foul. At the line forward.
So Morgan will settle in for 3 free
3
throws.
shots.
And the first free throw is good for Clay Morgan. 3 in the game. Second one good as well.
Bryce Morgan back in for the T-Birds.
And Morgan misses on the third. Rebound, though, to Wall. Head fake, up and under. What a tough bucket there by Bryce Morgan.
Bryce Morgan.
Tumwater not going away yet. Entry pass here. Olsen turns and faces and hits.
Right on Olsen.
Head fake and a dish. Wall hits the 3.
3-ball, Beckett Wall.
And drive here near sideline. Foul is going to be called.
Foul, Jake Dillon.
Wall now in double figures with 10.
First team foul.
4:18 to go, and Tumwater hanging around, only down 10. Tumwater head coach Josh Wilson trying to get his guys encouraged and motivated here to finish out strong. Gray gets through a pick and fires a 3, no good. Rebound, fought for, tapped around. Morrow comes away with it, has Bogner open. Bogner eats it, skips it far side. Gray, second chance, no good. Offensive rebound, put back without landing, no good by Stevens. And it's going to be out of bounds, last touched by Tumwater. Beckett Wall lands on the baseline. And up off the bench are the Monarchs. And we're going to keep it right here with Mark Morris. It's going to be a timeout. 3:54 to go in the game, 57-47. Fans, 'tis the season to be jolly. Fa la 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 la. Consider to donate to the free live stream service that you are watching here tonight. You can find me on Venmo, find me on PayPal. Some donate $1, most donate $5. Very few donate more. But for those that do, I'm mucho appreciating all of your support. Merry Christmas, Heather. Appreciate that. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Venmo, PayPal. Open a gift in the form of a donation. I can make your hands clap. Jake Moe, my man, we got to get a score update from you on the Columbia River RA Long game. Back to action, 27 on the shot clock for Mark Morris with the ball. Gray passes up a 3 in the near corner. Olsen says, I'll take it, misses it short. Offensive rebound, pass fired in, too high for Bogner, out of bounds. Morgan puts it on the deck, hands it off. Anthony, top of the circle, Wall, 3, off right, rebound Stevens. Rebounding has been a huge difference for Mark Morris so far here in the fourth quarter, not allowing second chance opportunities and generating quite a bit for themselves. And now let's see if Bill Backamus' team wants to use a little bit of clock. Ball tapped away, not over and back. Kick far side, Gray, 3, no good. Rebound Dillon. 47-45, ooh, close game. 3 by Clay Morgan, no good. Gray comes away with the rebound. Under 3 to go in the game here. That would be a big win for RA Long to bounce back after a home loss to Ridgefield and go on the road and take down the team that everybody is anointing the favorites as the Greater St. Helens League champion. As we've got a reach in here, foul is going to be called on Bryce Morgan. It's just going to be the second personal on Tumwater. So in the fouls to give category, they've got a few. So yeah, RA Long only down by 2, 47-45. 2:35 left in this one. Still a 10-point game. Foul is called. Anthony is called for the foul. Was clapping as if he was going to get a charge drawn against Gray, but there's another one of those fouls to give. Not the worst result, honestly, if you're Tumwater, to foul a couple of times here to catch up so you can put Mark Morris on the line for the rule that I hate. Morrow gives it to Gray. Gray loses a handle. Morrow dives in underneath Anthony. No call. Great hustle by Morrow. Both guys going for the ball. The putback shot, no good, and we're going to get a foul after the miss. Dawson Morrow is called for the foul. That's going to be his fourth. And we've got a Tumwater timeout.
Timeout, Tumwater.
We'll keep it here again on this side of the court for the inbound after the timeout. 2:11 now left in this one in the fourth period. Fans again tomorrow night. We will stay busy for you. Columbia River taking on Ari Long girls basketball 7 o'clock live from Ari Long High School. Thursday and Friday. Kelso boys basketball 6 o'clock Thursday against Emerald Ridge. Friday 4:45 odd start time. Taking on Rogers of Puyallup. Kelso in action tonight with their record on the line, or undefeated record on the line. I believe they're taking on Bethel, another 4A SPSL team. Fans, I appreciate the support. Thank you so much for the donations. They will be put to good use in the form of baby clothing and preparation items, such as a dad swaddle. I got the dad bod, so we should go with the dad swaddle. Bounce pass, back door, no one home, off the back of a Monarch. Not what you want after a timeout. Whistle, and a foul is going to be called on Anthony after the pass away from Gray. And Anthony still demonstrating that he didn't do anything wrong with both of his hands up high. And that is his fifth personal, and he is fouled out of the ball game. Bounce pass to Gray here in the near corner. Pressure defense away from the basket. Olsen puts the defender on skate, steps back three, no good. Rebound. Long outlet up ahead, deflected out of bounds. Nolan Campbell with the board, trying to push it up towards the far side. 1:31 left in the game. Jake, I almost don't want to log off the stream until I know what happens in that River and RA Long game. Little pick and roll, pump fake, three up, foul called, off back iron. 3 free throws coming for Clay Morgan. Second time that he will head to the line for three.
Monarchs foul, Carson Bogner, his third foul. 14.
Carson Bogner, the guilty party, that's his third personal. Fourth team foul. Oh, 54-45 River. First free throw off for Morgan. And the second free throw is good. Morgan now with 5 in the game. Lead down to 9. It ain't over yet. And now down to 8. And we got a foul here near side. Stevens will head to the line.
Third foul, Jake Dillon, fourth foul. 15 foul bonus. For the Monarchs, Dalton Stevens, shooting 2.
So Dalton Stevens will head to the line for 2 big ones with 70 seconds left in the game. And the first one rattles out. Still just an 8-point game here. Definitely a big one here for Stevens. And he buckles down and hits. Layup is converted
Bryce Morgan.
by Bryce Morgan on the other end quickly. Double team backcourt. And the ball loose and out of bounds. And it's going to be Tumwater ball. Just like that. 11 for Morgan after the made basket. 7-point game. Three on the way by Clay Morgan. Yes! Getting interesting here. 58-54. Olsen and Gray are the guys that you want with the ball right here in this situation. And a foul is going to be called.
No basket. Tumwater foul. Nolan Campbell's second foul.
How about the confidence there by the big man, Clay Morgan?
Brayton Olsen, 2 shots.
Listed as a 6'4" senior guard. Showed off the guard skills there, stepping up and hitting a big three. Just a 4-point game. Olsen hits the first. 16 for Braden Olsen. Back out to a 5-point lead, and he hits the second as well. Skip near side. Morgan tries again. That one's just short. Looked really good, though. Outlet near side. Stevens with it. Dribbles behind his back and does not attack the basket. 17 on the clock. Tumwater is going to foul Morrow.
Tumwater foul Beckett Wall.
Beckett Wall called for the personal, so Dawson Morrow will head to the line. 15.8 left in the game. Looks like Mark Morris is going to come away with a hard-fought victory here at home against a game Tumwater squad. Morrow sinks the first, now 3 in the game. There's a lot of chatter about this Tumwater team, and a lot of people don't know a whole lot about them in terms of what to expect after back-to-back fourth-place finishes and losing basically your top 6 scorers from a season ago up and under after a head fake missed by Morgan, and now we got a jump ball called. That's going to do it. 7 seconds left in the game. Possession arrow in favor of Mark Morris. But Tumwater proven that they are going to be a competitive team this season despite losing their entire starting roster from a year ago. And for some reason, the Monarchs are attacking the basket here with 7-point lead, but that's going to do it. 61-54 is the final score in this one. The Monarchs improve to 4-4 overall. Tumwater drops to 4-2. Both of these teams will continue to play throughout the remainder of the year. Some tough games on the schedule for Mark Morris as they are going to take on Grandview and Linden later on here next week. Not sure about what Tumwater's schedule holds, but see if I can't take a look here real quick and find out. Looks like after this game here, they go home against Port Angeles, or that's at Yakima. And then they are playing at Grandview. So both teams play in Grandview this year. Tough. Also a game against Timberline for Tumwater. Then pretty much just league play after that, minus a game at Adna. That'll be a tough one. Adna's a good squad this year. At Capital, another non-conference game. But 61-54 the score here tonight. Mark Morris gets the win. Just 12 points for Mark Morris in the fourth quarter. But the difference in the game was the 7 points allowed in the third quarter after Mark Morris trailed by 1, 33-32 at the half, holding Tumwater to just those 7 points in the third quarter proved to be the difference. Tumwater did outscore Mark Morris in that fourth frame, 14-12. But Mark Morris came out with tenacious defense again in the third quarter, hit some big shots, Did a great job rebounding the basketball overall as well in the second half. Let's go through the totals. Dalton Stevens officially with 19 points in the ball game. Braden Olson next in line with 17. Malachi Gray with 13. Carson Bogner with 4. Nash Bjorgi, Dawson Morrow with 3 each, and Jaden Jenkins with 2. 61 total points from Mark Morris tonight in the dub. For Tumwater, Jake Dillon with 15, and he had all 15 of those in the first half. Great job defensively by Mark Morris in the second half to limit him scoreless. That's obviously another difference maker there in terms of picking up the victory tonight for Mark Morris. Bryce Morgan with 11. Clay Morgan with 9. Beckett Wall with 10. Sahara Anthony the third with 7. And Reese Howell with 2. 54 total tonight for the T-Birds from Tumwater. Always good to see Tumwater here on the live stream, and we will more than likely have another opportunity to see them later on in the District 4 tournament when the Greater St. Helens League and the EVCO gets together to decide who is going to go to the regional round of 16 and possibly get a chance to go to Yakima once again. Tumwater, Mark Morris, R.A. Long all went to Yakima last year. Ridgefield, the 4th team, made it to the round of 16. Very, very, very competitive in the Greater St. Helens League this year. There's pretty much not a safe game on the schedule as it appears. But Mark Morris looking to battle through and avenge an early loss in league play to Columbia River on the road by 9. Currently at the end of the third quarter, River leading R.A. Long by 9. So Columbia River is taking its lumps over the last couple of seasons and gotten themselves in good position to possibly pick up a league championship, maybe a share of the league championship by the time the season's over. But hey, it's a long season and a lot of things can happen. It doesn't matter who's playing their best basketball right now. It matters who's playing their best basketball in February. So we will see who that is, and a lot more to come to determine the finish for both of these teams in their respective league schedules the rest of the way. And then the district tournament, I mean, last year R.A. Long lost to Mark Morris twice in the regular season and ended up beating them in the district championship game, and that win ultimately propelled R.A. Long to getting a top 8 seed when it came time for the state tournament bracket to be released, and that, helped them get to Yakima automatically. So like I said, doesn't matter how you're playing right now. It's good, but it matters how you're playing later on in the season. Again, 61-54, your final time to name a player of the game, and Dalton Stevens tonight, player of the game. Dalton did a lot more than just the 19 points here. He played some tremendous long defense, blocked at least 3 or 4 shots, took some charges. Great effort overall by Dalton Stevens out there. 19 points in the win. So Dalton, the 6'3" junior forward with 19 points, picks up the player of the game award tonight. And again, Braden Olson, 17. Great effort in the second half. He started with 4 in the first half, finished with 13 in the second half. Malachi Gray with 13 in the ball game, so 3 players in double figures. And that's what the formula ultimately is going to be for Mark Morris, folks, is to pick up wins, especially against good quality opponents like this. I mean, you can't just rely on one guy each night scoring 25, 30 points to lead your team. And ultimately, it's going to come down to, needing a couple of the other guys to step up and, evenly distribute the rock. And as you can see, you got 3 different guys scoring 13 or more tonight. And, Mark Morris has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 total players enter the scoring column. That's a win almost every time. That's a great effort for Mark Morris. So, Dalton Stevens, player of the game here tonight. And that is going to wrap things up for us. Again, fans, appreciate your support as always. If you want to throw $1 my way, give a dog a bone at N2 Media, Venmo, and PayPal. Appreciate the donations provided thus far and all the support that I get in terms of streaming these games. We've got 3 more games coming up the rest of the week. Tomorrow, it's going to be R.A. Long hosting Columbia River girls basketball, 7 o'clock. Thursday at Kelso, 6 o'clock, Emerald Ridge taking on the Kelso Highlanders. And then Friday, Rogers of Puyallup taking on the Kelso Highlanders, 4:45. And then we're going to take a break. So we will finish out the week strong over at K-Town. my former stomping grounds. Have a good time. Marcelino's in the comment section, says Grandview versus Mark Morris is going to be a good one in Yakima. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Grandview's real this year. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a dogfight, pun intended. Looking forward to seeing how that game goes. Mark Morris against Linden is going to be a good litmus test for Mark Morris. I mean, they're scheduling tough so far this year, and nothing to sneeze at. 3-4 record. I don't know. Is that accurate? I said 4-4. They might be 4-3. Let me just double check this here real quick. But I don't want to get out of here with false information. I know they lost to Kelso, and I know they've also lost to Columbia River. They lost to Bellarmine Prep. But I think that's it. Honestly, I think that's just 3 losses. But let's take a quick gander here. Yeah, that was an incorrect statement. It said that they lost at Woodland. That is not correct on my schedule that I'm looking at here. They got that flip-flopped. They says that they lost at Woodland 69-47. That is incorrect. So, my bad. With the win, they are now 6-3. No, 5-3. There we go. 5-3. They've already got the Tumwater game recorded here. Jake Moe says Jacks are up by 7 after trailing by 9 going into the 4th. Ooh. 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 Spicy Jake Moe, my man. Thank you so much for the update, buddy. I appreciate you. Yeah, well, let's see here. That is going to be quite an interesting result. Like I said, it doesn't matter if you're playing your best basketball early. It matters if you're playing your best basketball late, but that'd be one hell of a bounce-back victory for R.A. Long after losing at home to Ridgefield. But all right, Jake, keep me updated. Send me the DMs on Twitter. Folks, you just saw all the social media right there. Please make sure you're following us. It's free, and we'll have live stream links available for you. They're already loaded up on the YouTube channel, so if you want to set a notification to be reminded when we go live, you can do that. But we got a couple games coming up the rest of the week. And the final in this one, 61-54, Dalton Stevens, our player of the game here tonight. And I appreciate everybody stopping on by for the live stream. If you don't stop in between now and the 24th, 25th, I just want to wish everybody a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And to the rest of you, I'll see you tomorrow, you filthy animals. On behalf of N2 Media, this is Nick Sisson saying so long from the Natty. 61-54, Mark Morris with the win over Tumwater. Thank you again, fans. We'll see you tomorrow night.